right. Thrive Podcast, episode 5. 5? Thrive at 5. Welcome to Thrive at 5. This is your captain speaking. Come here, dude. Come here, Gray. Come here. Okay, come. Come. Yeah, boy. Come here. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. All right. Watch me fumble around. Oh, perfect. Fumble around for the timer. Bang, 20 minutes. Let's do it. So, I thought I'd switch up the set. You know, I always, chill up here in my makeshift room at my parents' house, and I notice how nice the light is coming through the window. So I'm filming it. We'll see how we look. So I think, as every podcast you've heard this week starts off, I just kind of wanted to talk about Kobe Bryant, what happened on Sunday. It just feels like an alternate reality that we're living in, like some crazy alternate Rick and Morty universe where Kobe dies in a helicopter crash. When do you even hear of a helicopter crash happening? That's just so crazy to wrap my head around, as I'm sure it is for everybody. And so I'm sorry for everyone, the sadness that everyone has been feeling about that, and I won't really talk about that anymore because it's a deep, dark, sad road that the vibes could take down if we keep talking about it. So the other thing that I've been thinking about this week is my gym membership is ending in a couple of weeks. I think next week, actually. 1 week, not a couple of weeks. And I happened upon a couple of Joe Rogan podcast excerpts about kettlebells. And, excuse me. So I thought that, I guess I haven't really been too spontaneous with my fitness exploration that much. And I thought that this would be an opportunity to try something totally new. And when my gym membership expires, when my gym membership expires, I'm, instead of buying another I think it was 3 months that I bought my membership for, it was like $100. And instead of buying that again, I'm gonna spend that money on a kettlebell or two and switch my fitness over to all kettlebell and see what we can do and see how that changes my life and my body and my fitness routine. Some of the things that so basically, if you've never, I don't know how you could not have, but a kettlebell is basically a ball of iron with a handle on it, and you swing it and you snatch it and you clean it and stuff. And the advantages that intrigued me about about kettlebell lifting over just regular weightlifting with the barbell or dumbbells or machines and stuff, were that kettlebells are a free floating, I guess, thing that when you apply motion and stuff to it, it just your body will adapt in ways that work for your body to get the weight to where it is going in the motion. If you have a barbell or a machine, in the most extreme example, you have a machine that goes, you press it with your chest from here to here, your body adapts to the machine. Whereas the kettlebell, because it's just an object swinging in space, adapts to the way your body is swinging it in space. So the equipment is adapting to you rather than you adapting to the equipment. And a barbell's kind of in between, it's a straight bar. You kind of have to lift it. If you're putting both hands on it, you have to position your body in a certain way to act in accordance with the will of the bar rather than moving it, in a way that is more natural for your body. So everyone kind of moves different. Everyone's got different kinks and injuries in different spots. And in that way, it's supposed to be more functional strength and have less propensity to injury, which I thought was really cool. Because I've been put back with some injuries in life, and I'm sure you or someone you know as well has been set back by injuries before, and we all know that that sucks. So, um, another thing about it is that I could obviously do the exercises at home. I could also make a video about it, which would be cool, Like, I think something along the lines of I tried Joe Rogan's workout routine for 6 weeks. This is what happened, would get a lot of views. Um, and the way that yeah, so the functionality I talked about that. So injury prevention, functionality, like functional strength. I've moved a bit away from the idea that fitness is just for like looks and stuff, which is definitely a phase that a lot of people have gone through. I think it's a necessary phase of lifting, thinking like having your motivation be based on looking great. It's an awesome side effect, of something that's super healthy and puts a bunch of positive chemicals happening in your brain. Um, so I've been lifting for so long. I've been through every phase. It's like there have been times when I'm just obsessed with the numbers going up and up and up and getting stronger and not worrying about anything else. And just like the more plates I could add on my deadlift, the better. And in the same kind of mentality that yoga, I think, has given me, I think the kettlebell functionality, like the functional strength that the kettlebell workouts seem to foster, will be really cool. Just like optimizing my body for like just everyday strength, I think. Um, I've heard that the that there's lots of like side effects to like working out with kettlebells, like things that you don't expect to get stronger. You notice strength in places you haven't noticed before, just because of the few exercises that you do with kettlebells are just very like, it's my body and it's moving weight in like this direction, this direction, this direction. Like I don't know. It's gonna be a cool experiment. And another thing that, okay, so functionality, injury prevention. I'm kind of in more of a cutting phase, I guess, of cutting season, I should say, and kettlebells really lend themselves to high intensity interval workouts, which like a hit cardio, if you've ever heard of that, or hit training, and what that is it's training in a way that is working harder for short bursts of time, and then you take a rest, and like super intense for 30 seconds, off for 15 seconds, or some ratio of that, like intense and then a break, and then intense and then a break. And those kind of workouts, because of how gassed you are afterwards, cause lots of what they call post-oxidative consumption, and your body having to like catch your breath and like refill on oxygen for the rest of the day burns more calories than if you were just jogging for an hour or just lifting weights. So the post-oxidative consumption calorie burning of hit cardio is another benefit. I guess hit training, not hit cardio, is another benefit of the kettlebell workouts. And workouts like that are shorter too. So you could get, so when you're gassing yourself, you're just blasting yourself in the workout super, super hard for a shorter period of time. It burns more fat, and it's a shorter workout. You do more in less time. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And some other things. So my plan, the whole fitness plan, that's just part of it. Just kettlebells, just a little part of it. I've been wanting to do some more yoga. I stopped doing it so much when I moved out here to the Oregon coast, just because it's a smaller town and there's less places to do it. When I lived in Madison, in Wisconsin, there was a lot of yoga studios. It's a very popular, like, big yoga town, I guess. And then I just had a lot more free time this summer when I was living in Canada, and I was able to just roll out a mat and do it most days. Excuse me. So my plan: full body kettlebell smash, 3 days a week, and then yoga. I'm gonna go for 2 days a week, and then I also have behind my house this big massive sand dune that has made appearances in videos before, and maybe one. And I'm kind of going in the like, I want to try like to do what Joe Rogan does. So for his fitness routine, and this is the type of thing he does. He like runs hills and things. I'm sure you've seen it if you follow him on Instagram, or if you don't even know who he is, whatever. He's a guy that does crazy exercises with kettlebells and yoga and runs on hills. So, the sand in my backyard, my performance will be challenged for that. So that will that whole routine, I think I'll kick into gear next week. If that indeed is when my gym membership ends, we'll see. I'll figure it out. Just some fitness thoughts that I've been having. A new way to challenge the body. What else can I talk about? My last video was about the Jordan Peterson self-authoring program, and I have been making some. Oh, if you don't know what that is, it's like or if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, he's a clinical psychologist who has kind of come in vogue in like podcasting and the internet, just because of he's been involved in some things that have made him a high profile person. And he's a psychologist, and he has this program where you write about yourself and your future and your past and your virtues and your faults to both like get a better idea of yourself and how you can capitalize on your faults, no, on your virtues, and avoid the negativity and correct your faults, and just kind of like it's and also like write a plan, an actionable plan for your future, which is something that if you watch the video, I go into like all of the reasons why I'm doing it. So I've been progressing in that. I have finished half of the program. I finished the future authoring part of the program. It kind of gave me a better idea of how I can break down my daily routines into stuff that will move the needle more towards my ideal vision of my future, which is something that I hoped would happen from that. So I'm happy about that. And also in the video, I'll be giving away. The way that I bought the program is the same price if you buy it by itself and buy it by itself with one to give away for free. So if you check out the video, you will see how you can get a copy for free, possibly, if you enter the giveaway. So that Jordan Peterson self-authoring has been going good. Yeah, I'm surprised at the discipline I've applied to myself to be able to sit and write for like an hour and a half for the last like 4 or 5 days in a row, which is something that I haven't done since college. Yeah, I guess it's easier when I'm like writing about myself and stuff that I want to happen in life, instead of just like writing papers. So that's been fun. Oh man, I totally had something else I knew I was gonna talk about. Jordan Peterson, Rogan, dead air. My dog, Kramer, right here. I don't know if I've ever like properly talked about Kramer on the channel. Here he is. He's been chilling. He's a Corgi, but he's black, which is not really like common for Corgis. There's like the red and brown ones that you see a lot. Yeah, you see those ones a lot, and then there's tricolor, that's technically what he is. He's like black, brown, and white, but his face is like there's no white in his face, which kind of makes him look like a German Shepherd, I think. And a lot of people when he was a little baby puppy, and he wasn't like Corgi shaped, yet he was just kind of a little tiny dog. A lot of people thought that he was. I got hair in my face because of him. He sheds a lot of hair. A lot of people thought that he was a German Shepherd when he was a little baby puppy, and he's 4 years old now. So I've had him for a really long time. It's kind of crazy to think. I remember when I was in college. So I got him my sophomore year of college, the summer before my second year of college, and I was in college for 3.5 years. Okay, so I only had 1 year of college without a dog, and everyone in my family didn't want me to get him when I was like had the dog fever, And of course, like once they saw him, that ship was quickly righted in the correct direction. Because how can you not? Look at him. What was I going with that? Oh yeah. Like it was crazy in college to think that I've had a dog for more of college than I had not had a dog. Yeah. Oh, I remember the other thing I was going to talk about. Hell yeah, awesome. I'm happy that happened. So another thing I noticed related to my YouTube channel lately is that my basketball cards flipping video has been getting over the last 48 hours the same amount of views as my Craigslist flipping video, which is like my most viewed video. It has like 17,000 views at the moment, I think. And in 48 hours, this basketball cards video got the same amount of views. So obviously the Craigslist video is a lot older, so getting that amount of views for longer has caused it to get so many views. So it's interesting that the basketball card video also has the potential to be just as big of a video. So I'm thinking of making another basketball cards video. I haven't done anything with the cards that I got already, just because I learned quickly that the type of cards that I got in that video are not the like the main type of cards that are the ones that people buy and sell and flip on eBay. So excuse me. I think what I'll do is the next kind of video I make about flipping basketball cards is I'll be buying individual specific cards. I'll give myself a budget or whatever, $30, $50, and buy cards with that, and then I'll just keep track of those, and see how the stock in those players rises or falls over time. And maybe I'll make a series out of it because people seem to like it. Like flipping in general seems to be the biggest thing on my channel that people like. There's that video, the video where right when I'm moving out of my apartment in Madison, gets a lot of views just because it's kind of shocking. It's called "Getting Rid of Everything I Own," which is, I see why you clicked that. That's why I titled it so provocatively. Go watch it if you haven't. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. The thing about, I don't know. So there's a lot of, so I've got this general vibe of my channel, this general message, right? That is, know yourself, know what you like in life, and apply a plan to your life to get those things, and kind of take the reins and control of your life, because anyone can. And kind of the ways that I learned, that's like the stories that I learned that from, I guess, or how I came to that realization and how I'm applying that realization is the thesis of my channel, but there are so many different types of videos that put that message across, and different ones do better than others. So that's been interesting for me to navigate. So, wow, my voice has been getting sick. My voice has been cracking a bunch in this podcast. I don't know if my voice has ever made it without cracking through a podcast. Whatever. So if I'm always looking for feedback. If there's a certain type of video of mine that you like best, I've also heard that just like vloggy update, this is how it's going stuff is what people actually like, which is the coolest, that I can just make stuff about how I'm doing and people like it. That's been a fun part of this whole YouTube video making thing that I've been doing. And honestly is the biggest thing that's going to make me keep doing it. So appreciate that. If you appreciate the videos, that's cool. That's the goal. So, but definitely I'm obviously looking to grow and optimize with what does the best. So flipping stuff. That's something that, so one of the goals that I have, and the semi near future, like the 5-year future, once I pay off my loans and get out of debt and stuff and move out of my parents, is to move somewhere. I'm thinking LA, that's, just is bigger and has more opportunity, and flipping stuff will for sure be done in a bigger city. Like, dude, so much flipping will be done. It's like, the thing is with Craigslist here, So you know how Craigslist is divided into cities, or if you go to Craigslist, there's a few different ways you can sort it by your state. It's the three or four big cities, or if there's really big cities, like different neighborhoods of the city in your state. And where I live, the Craigslist section for where I live is the entire coast of Oregon. So Oregon coast is like what you click in Craigslist. So you could literally get something that's, you know, like miles and like hundreds of miles away in like your close local Craigslist listing. So that's been tough. I obviously would be making more Craigslist videos if there was a higher volume of things being posted for free on Craigslist. There's nothing, and when it is, it's the like big things you need a truck for, or just like dumb stuff that I wouldn't ever take. Like, here's a pile of wood, so so that's been the 20 minutes. That's Thrive 5. As usual, this podcast is brought to you by the free Thrive sticker. I don't have one on me right now. My water bottle is across the room. But if you've watched this deep in the podcast and you haven't gotten a free Thrive sticker, what you doing? Because I'll send you one for free. I filled one out yesterday. I just, I've got a Google form in the link, and you put your address, and then I put a sticker in an envelope. I pop a stamp on it, and I toss it in the mail. If you want one, you know where to get it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Keep striving to thrive, and I hope you have an awesome one. Try to catch it with my